Okay, the next thing we'll go through is the basic setup on the trailer to get it set up so on your work site. One of the first things you'll want to do is plug in your power cord, and the trailer also comes with a generator. We'll go through that a little bit later, but it works the same as if you were plugging this into a building or an extension cord or what have you. The power cord is a pretty hefty power cord, but the trailer demands, as far as that's what comes with the trailer, but the electrical demands on the trailer does not require a lot of power. It's got a battery charger on it and a couple of televisions and a power system, but it doesn't require a tremendous amount of power. So you can safely plug this into another extension cord if you have to get it away from the building, which we're actually doing this today. We'll be plugging into another extension cord and with the power adapters that we have. This power cord here, this end of the power cord, the female, plugs into the front of the trailer. You'll notice there's notches on there. You match that up with the type of plugs that are, and it's also got a locking ring on that. And I would go ahead and lock that each time you did it so that somebody doesn't come along and kick the power cord loose. We have an adapter. If you have a 30 amp plug available that you can plug directly into it, you can use that. But most likely you'll probably just have a regular 20 amp power outlet that you can hook up to. And so we provided this adapter so that you can safely hook that up to either an extension cord or to an outlet on the outside of a building. I'm going to go plug this into our power cord and I'll be right back. The trailer is also outfitted with a set of TV antennas and with a TV package so that it gives you a little more versatility with your video system in it. And this other plug is just a coax cable that could either be hooked up to a satellite or possibly a camera setup or something else that would provide power into signal into your TV system on it. That goes directly to the television and doesn't operate with any of the other things that we've added to the trailer. The last thing here is a vent for the battery compartment, and you'll want to check that every once in a while in case you're going down dirt roads, that sort of thing. If it looks like it's getting plugged up, you might want to ventilate that, make sure that stays clear. You have a pull-out step, and that just snaps out. That's on a set of hydraulics, and then to put it back, you just push it and pull. The last thing on this trailer, on this side of the trailer, on the passenger side of the trailer, is your water fill access and your water outlet. The fill access is similar to what you'd see on a regular RV or a camper, and you just attach your hose to this. It's a vented system, so if it happens to overflow, it will overflow out of this. But I'd recommend that you keep track of your water fill so that you don't overfill it. Then you can not have to deal with that. The other port on this side is the water outlet valve, and we use this Accor setup, and this is where you would hook your simulator to, and that just plugs in and twists, and then you have an on and off valve here, so that I would suggest that you have this off when you plug that in, or you'll shoot water all over yourself. And so then when you're finished with that, then you just twist it back and stow the outlet. We're just going to put about a half a tank in there, so we've got something to work with. It'll kind of depend on how far you want to travel, but you may not want to fill your tank up until you get to the location or get close to the location, but it'll put about 65 gallons in the tank. There's an onboard monitor that monitors your battery power and the water tank on there. This is for the fresh water tank, and it basically will tell you when you've got a fourth tank, half tank, three-quarters tank, and then full. It's the touch screen. You turn that on and it can tell you where your water's filling. You touch it again and it gives you the power for your battery. So we're gonna watch what our fresh water's doing. As you can see, it's coming up, but we'll put about a half a tank in this and then we'll have enough to work with for the day. Also on this monitor is the switch for the pump. The pump's a pressure switch, so when you turn this on, you have live water through your system, but it's on demand, so until you turn on your water valves, you won't hear the pump run. And then in the bottom cabinet, there's a water tank. This is a 63-gallon water tank that should be able to do 1 or 2 demonstrations and do the cleanup on that. It has a 7, almost an 8-gallon per minute water pump on it that will pump plenty of water for your system. We also have in the back here, there is a drain system that you just turn that and it'll drain it out to the bottom of below the trailer. And so then when you get ready to fill your tank up, you close that back up. We supply you with a winterization kit for the trailer so that you can put antifreeze in the pump and the supply line without having to fill the water tank with that or put antifreeze in the water tank. To do that, this kit comes with a little valve that you put that in one end of the hose. There's a little brass fitting here that you'll take the cap off of this and hook your hose up to that. Then there's a valve here that you'll pull it up straight so it points up to the hose, and drop this in the jug and turn your water pump on, and the water pump will pressurize and turn off. So once that does that, then you've got your system charged with antifreeze, and that will leave antifreeze in the pump and in your discharge hose. Then you will turn remove the connector from your brass fitting here, put the cap back in place, and when winter's over, then you can just fill the water tank up or put water in the tank and pump it through you should actually, with those valves that we showed you earlier, should just be able to shoot the water or the antifreeze right back into the jug without losing very much at all. Okay, the trailer also comes with a generator. It's a portable generator that you can take out. It's pretty quiet and works fairly well, but you'll need to get it started. I recommend that you move it completely away from, as far as you can, from the trailer so it doesn't interfere with your talking. Actually, I think you could probably have a discussion right over the top of it without really even speaking loud, but we'll run through how to start it and shut it down. It's got an electric starter on it, and recommend that you start it before you ever plug it in. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll turn this dial with the orange button on it and turn that to start, and press your start button. And then you turn it to run. Probably best to run the 30 amp cord when you're running the trailer. And you'll just plug that into your normal shore cord, and the shore cord plugs into the front of the trailer. The speed will be modulated depending on how much power is required of the generator. Right now we don't have anything running on inside the trailer, so it's at an idle speed. And you should have enough power to run everything in the trailer. There's a vacuum sweeper and there's TV and the audio video components. When you're done with this, what I recommend is setting it up. You can turn it to auto shut off, and what that does is bleeds the carburetor down so that you can not gum up your carburetor for the next time around. And that's the recommended use, is that you would turn it to auto shut down, let it shut down by itself, and then put it away. There is a manual shut off on the bottom of it if you're needing to get going and it's not shutting off for you, and so you can turn it off with that.